Hi everyone, I'm Michiyo Tower, a realtor in North Idaho, and welcome back to the channel. If you're even thinking about selling your home, one of the very first questions that probably pops into your head is, how much is my house really worth? It's a crucial question, and getting the answer right can be the difference between a smooth, profitable sale and one that drags on or leaves money on the table. In today's video, we are diving deep into understanding your home's true market value. We will break down the different ways to estimate its worth, explain why some online tools aren't the full picture, and reveal the most reliable method of getting a realistic price. So, if you're ready to unlock the secrets to your home's value, stick around.
So, you're thinking about selling your home. Right away, there's one question that just looms over everything else, doesn't it? It's the first thing you wonder, and honestly, getting it right is the difference between a fantastic sale and a total nightmare. That question, of course, is...
Yep, that's the one. The big one. The multi-thousand, maybe even million-dollar question. Answering this accurately is pretty much the key to a smooth, profitable sale. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to find that number with real confidence, turning what feels like a guess into an actual strategy.
And make no mistake, this is a high-stakes game. The price you put on your home isn't just some number you pull out of thin air. No, it's a strategic first move that can literally make or break your entire sale from the second it hits the market.
Now, there are two big traps that every single seller wants to avoid. On the one hand, if you price your home too high, you're not leaving room to negotiate. You're just scaring away serious buyers before they even walk in the door. Your listing sits, and then you have to do those painful price cuts. But on the flip side, pricing too low is just as bad. A super quick sale might feel like a win, but what if it means you left thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars on the table? Ouch.
So the goal, our whole mission here, is to find that perfect balance. The sweet spot. It's that magic number that gets qualified buyers excited and in the door, while making sure you get every penny your home is truly worth.
So, where does this journey usually start for most people? Online, of course. We've all done it, right? You type in your address, you click the button, and boom, you get an instant number. But this is where so many people fall for a huge myth. That alluring, but, deeply flawed shortcut.
Look, it's best to think of these online estimators as just a fun conversation starter, a really rough ballpark figure. They're interesting, but you wouldn't want to base one of the biggest financial decisions of your life on a wild guess, would you?
And here's exactly why they're just a guess. That brand new kitchen you just poured your heart and soul into? An algorithm can't see it. It has no idea your home is in pristine, move-in ready condition versus the one down the street that needs work. It can't appreciate that amazing view from your deck or the fact that your street is suddenly the hottest one in the neighborhood. It's all these human, real-world details that make a massive difference in actual value.
So, if the online tools are just a small piece of the puzzle, what's the real answer? Well, it's the method the pros use. It's the gold standard for getting an accurate price on a home, the CMA.
A comparative market analysis, or CMA for short, is not some automated guess. It's a detailed, human-led investigation. It's put together by a real estate agent who digs in and compares your home directly against the most relevant, similar properties out there.
In the real power of the CMA, it all comes down to these three keys. First, similar properties. We're talking apples to apples, homes with the same number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and general size. Second, recently sold. This is crucial, usually within the last 3 to 6 months, because the market can change in a flash. And third, immediate area. Real estate is hyper-local. What a house sold for on your block is infinitely more important than what one sold for across town.
Okay, so what does this actually look like? How does an agent take all this raw data from the market and turn it into a strategic price just for your home? Let's peek behind the curtain.
It's a really methodical process. First, the agent finds the absolute best comps. Then, and this is the part an algorithm just can't do, they adjust for the differences. So if a comp had an old roof but yours is brand new, your home gets a value adjustment up. If their kitchen was from the 80s and yours is fully renovated, that's another adjustment. They also look at what you're competing against right now, and even at the homes that failed to sell, before pulling it all together into a smart, strategic price range. You can see that recently sold homes are the biggest piece of the pie, a full 50%. That's the hard evidence of what real buyers are actually willing to pay, but the other parts are just as important for context. Active listings, that's your current competition. Pending sales show you what's hot right now,
And those expired listings? Well, those are powerful warnings. They show you exactly what happens when you overprice. So when you have this level of detail, you're just not guessing anymore. You're moving from raw data to a real decision. You're making a powerful, strategic choice, and you can do it with total confidence. But remember, the CMA gives you that data-driven foundation. On top of that, other things can have a huge impact on what a buyer will actually offer. The condition and presentation of your home? Absolutely massive. A clean, fresh, well-maintained house just feels more valuable. And of course, the overall market conditions, whether it's a buyer's or seller's market, sets the entire stage.
Look, at the end of the day, we all have an emotional connection to our homes. We remember the family holidays, the DIY projects, all the memories we made. The CMA is so powerful because it cuts right through all that emotion. It gives you an objective, data-backed foundation, and it empowers you to treat this massive financial decision with the clear-headed strategy it really deserves.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. When you decide it's time to sell, is that number you put on your listing going to be a hopeful guess you got from some website? Or is it going to be a powerful strategy built on real data and expert analysis? Because that choice, right there, makes all the difference in the world.